Okay, good afternoon, class. All right, so today we want to talk about body measurements. I'll make it a quick one so that the video is not very long. All right, so if you want to take your client's measurement, there is something we call the shoulder bone that you can easily locate somewhere along the shoulders, somewhere around here. You'll find your shoulder bone. That is where you want to take the measurement from. All right, so you have something looking like this. The armhole is kind of curvy, something, in this form. All right, so you take your shoulder to shoulder from the back. The next thing you want to take is your shoulder to your apex. The apex is what we call the nipple point, shoulder to nipple point. Now we have the shoulder of a lady. Even for the men, our shoulder generally is not straight, right? It's kind of slopey in that sense of it. Something that looks like this. This is the armhole, this is the waistline, right? Something that goes this way, and then we have the hip and all of that going down there. All right, so yeah, something like this. We have the sleeve going all the way down, the neck is somewhere there, right? Then we have the edge and all of that going on there. So the shoulder is basically slopey. All right, so from there, before you can take your shoulders, you don't want to take it from this slopey point. You want to take it from the highest point of your shoulder, which is close to the neck region. All right, this way you get an accurate measurement. All right, so now that you have that there, the next thing you want to get is your shoulder from this point here to your nipple point. Next is your shoulder to your under bust. Please, I hope we are writing. The shoulder to your under bust, your shoulder to your waistline. Your waistline, which is the smallest part of your body. So sometimes some people get to ask me, okay, so how do we get to know the waistline of our customer? How do we know the particular point where the waist is? Very simple. You can just tell your client to tie you can tie maybe one of your tape roll around the customer's waist. While you're taking the other measurement, just leave a space for the measurement for the okay, so you can tie a tape roll around the waist of your client while you're taking other measurements, and then you come back to take the waist measurement, that's the shoulder to waist measurement. While you're taking the other measurement, while the person is turning, bending, raising her hands up, the waist of the tape roll that you tied around the waist of this person would have shifted to the original position that you supposed. So next you'll take the shoulder to the hip line, the shoulder to the under butt. So I have this other diagram here that shows the side view. All right, so if our hip is located somewhere here, the butt and all of that, we have this part of the hip that is this part of the under butt. All right, so we call that the under butt, or you call that knee one. Now we have this other part that is our knee, which is our knee point. That is what we also have here. This is the knee area for this person. So this is the under butt, this is the hip line, this is the waist, Another thing you can tell the person to do is to tilt to one side, like bend towards one side of her body, as if she wants to touch this part of her, of her leg, or like she wants to touch her knee, from the side. Like she has to bend towards the side a little bit. So once she does that, the part of her waist that goes inward, that part is the smallest part of her body, and that will be the exact point where you take the hip. If you do not use the rope or the tape rule measurement being tied around her waist. All right, so that is taking the vertical measurement. Now, taking the horizontal measurement, that is the one that goes round the body. Okay, so now when you want to take the one that goes round the body, now let's not forget that every measurement that comes from the top to the down part of our body should not be divided. So if what you got from your shoulder to your nipple point is 10, let it be 10. If it is 9, let it be 9. If what you got from your shoulder to your underbutt. So now I'm taking this all from the very beginning for those that are total beginners. Some have no knowledge at all of measurement. I know that some of us are already sewing, some of us are still, we just understand a little part of it. Some of us are already professionals when it comes to this sewing thing. All right, so I just want everybody to have a foundation so that as we proceed, we are all on the same page. All right, so that is why I'm trying to take this from the very beginning. Everybody needs a foundation to be able to understand every other thing that will be taught. All right, so thank you for your patience to our intermediate and advanced designers that may be in this class. All right, so taking all the measurements all the way from the top down, you do not divide. If what you got from your waist, from your shoulder to your waist is 15, let it be 15. From your waist shoulder to your hip line, if it is 20 or whatever it is that you got, let it be that. All right, so the next measurement you want to take, or sometimes you can take from your shoulder to waist, and then instead of taking shoulder to hip, you can now take from your waist to your hip. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So every other measurement that you take from this point to this point, and then you now start another measurement from this point again all the way down. All right, so the full length of the blouse or the gown or whatever it is that you're making. All right, I hope we got that. So we have waist to nipple point, waist to underbust, waist to shoulder to waist, and then waist to hip, waist to underbutt, waist to knee. All right, and then waist to the full length if it's a long dress we are making. All right, when it comes to measurement, I will explain something around these points, all right, for us to understand. Now, we also want to understand that our back measurement and our front measurement are not the same. All right, so in as much as we know that we have maybe for instance the shoulder for the shoulder to waist for the front, let's assume by using 16. By the time you get to the back, it will not be 16. The reason being that there is no bust at the back. All right, so if you are taking your measurement in the from the front, this is the shoulder. You are going to go all the way, going underneath here before you get here. Now for the back, you're just going all the way straight down. There is nothing obstructing you, no bust, nothing, no nipple, no underbutt, nothing, no underbust or anything distorting your, disturbing your measurement. It's just going down. So the back is normally shorter than the front by sometimes 1 inch or 2 inches or 3 inches, depending on how busty your client is. If your client is as busty as let's say 50 or 55, there's a very good tendency that the shoulder to the front might be around 18 to 20, while in fact if not more, while the back may just be 14 or 15. All right, so the difference you might be having for the front and the back may be around 3-4 inches, 2 inches and the likes. All right, so that is that for that measurement. All right, so now we now take our round body measurement. You take the round bust. All right, you take the round waist, the round bust to be divided by 4, the round waist to be divided by 4, the round hip will be divided by 4, the round under butt, all right, will be divided by 4 as well. All right, and that will be that for the body measurement. Coming to the sleeve, we also have our shoulder to cap sleeve. All right, we have our shoulder to short sleeve, that is before the ankle, that's before the elbow, my apologies, that is before the elbow. All right, then we have our 3/4 shoulder to 3/4, and then we have the shoulder to the full length, which is the wrist. All right, now so when you are taking this one will be the vertical measurement. Now taking the round circumference of this measurement, all right, you have to also note. So for instance, if from here to here is 5, you will go 5 slash the round measurement of this place. You write it. Let's assume this is, of course, the upper part of your sleeve is usually the widest part, the largest part of your arm. Let's assume that part is 14 or 15 or 16, or as the case may be. Then we go over to the short sleeve. Let's assume from here to here is 9, so you go 9, round of it, maybe the round of it is 10. Then we go over to the 3/4 part, maybe this part here is 17, the round of it, maybe it is 8 or 9. And then another part, the long sleeve, which is this part, this wrist bone that you have here, from there maybe we have 22 or 23 slash the round of it. Now if you want to take the round of this place and you want it to be able to go through the hand of your customer, right, what you want to do is to tell your client to measure, to fold her hand in this manner. All right, fold her hand in this manner and measure round this part of the arm of the hand of the person, not this place. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to. So this was what I was trying to explain. When she does her hand like this, you tell her to you put the measurement tape round the knuckles, and this is what you get. Oh, it must go over the knuckle, right? Not here, not here. All right, because this part would either determine if it will go in or not. All right, so you want to measure around that part of your, make sure she's doing her hand this way. All right, and then you are taking that measurement, because if I take this part, it is going to give me something small which will not be able to pass this place. All right, so this is 7, right? But if I put 7 here, 7 will not pass, right? 7 cannot pass here, except if it is a stretchy fabric, and except I'm going to be introducing a zipper to one side of the sleeve to be able to, open it up, the hand can go in, and then she closes it up. All right, so let's take notes. This is the part that we measure when we are doing that. All right, so we have 9 here. Automatically when 9 gets here, it will enter and it will sit well on the body. All right, thank you very much. So I think that will be all for body measurement. If we have any questions, please let us do well to ask. Thank you very much, and it's nice having you today in class.